Well, welcome back to Hope Island Zoo, everyone. Hope you all are having a wonderful day so far. My name is Leaf, and it's always so great to welcome you guys back to our ZSU series. Welcome. So in case if you guys aren't already aware and caught up, ZSU is also known as Zoo Sims United. It's essentially our little role-playing server. Essentially, we are all zoo owners, and we all can trade with each other. We all can display our species. We can buy animals. We can auction for animals. It's a really fun time, and I really do suggest you guys check out the link below to actually sign up and join up, because it's really, really fun and so worth it. But either way, welcome guys. We're doing quite a bit of a big project, and this is going to be split up into a bunch of different tiny parts, just to make sure that we do give each and every single habitat in here the love that every single animal in here deserves. So today we are starting our tropical house, and this is essentially going to cover South America and a couple other like jungles and stuff around the world. Mostly South America though, predominantly South America. So we recently just got the jaguars in the auction, as you guys probably already know, and this entire building is kind of going to be a lead up to them. So, you know, we're just trying to build up our species count and build up our displays and finalize it within a beautiful big jaguar habitat. So that's going to be our end goal for this little mini project within this series. Very excited to see how this all comes into play. But before we even get started with that, I really just wanted to build for our otters. These guys have been here ever since the beginning, and they recently did just have babies. So now we have a whole troop of 5 otters, and I really did just want to make sure that, you know, we give them a nice little habitat. And yeah, that's essentially it. So our whole goal for this habitat, or rather this build in particular, is that we should probably focus on getting giant otters relatively soon. Giant otters are easily some of my favorite animals in the entire world. They're so cool. We have them at our local zoo over here, and they're just easily like one of the coolest otter species out there. I was so heartbroken when everyone was like, oh my gosh, look at the cute little Asian small-clawed otter. They're so much better than the giant otter, and I really hurt right there. But all things considered, I'm very excited to get these guys in the species plan, at least for Hope Island Zoo, and something that we can really work towards. So that's something I really want to do right there. Now, this entire complex, it's going to be very much based loosely off of, if I could find the correct name of it, the range of the jaguar, which is located in, I forget which zoo it is. I genuinely don't know. I think it's a Florida zoo. Either way, it was a really inspiring habitat, and I do suggest you guys check it out because it is such a beautiful habitat, and I really just wanted to build for it, and I really wanted this entire section to be kind of loosely based off of that. So what we're essentially working with over here is some custom brick walls. So I really wanted to make sure that we kind of focus in on this sort of like ruined temple kind of theme. Obviously, we're going to have a lot of stuff in play when it comes to like the Aztecs and the Inca and I think the Mayans, we can even do some stuff too. Maybe even the Olmecs if we're feeling a little saucy. But essentially that's going to be the main goal for this entire section. In terms of like cultural education, animal education, we're going to be all over the place. We have a lot of awesome animals in here. I think I already do have like somewhat of a species list, and I've been trading just to try and get some more South American species so we can have this be as robust as possible. So I'm very excited to see all that come into play. I've already started on the next habitat right after this, and it's very small. Don't get me wrong, it's very small, but it's going to be really good once we actually do get to that point. So I hope you guys are excited for that. And yeah, we should probably talk about the habitat itself now, because I can ramble all day about literally useless garbage without even addressing the video. So let's do that right now. What I really want to do for this otter habitat is have both an indoor and an outdoor section. Since we are located in New England, the climate here really is not that good for tropical species like Asian small-clawed otters. So we're kind of working with that over here, and we're just trying to make this look as tropical as possible without needing too many tropical plants. So we have a very heavy focus on like lightish sand. We have a heavy focus on beautiful bamboo. We have a focus on like some like the accents of like those stone tiles and stuff like that. Very excited to see how all that comes out into play once this entire complex is finished. Of course, you guys can probably guess by now, this is over the remnants of the guanaco habitat. So those guys are currently down in their little storage shed right down by the hill. And you guys saw that all in the last episode. They have the nice little luxury over there. And we're kind of working with that right now. And we're trying to work as fast as we can to actually get them back in their normal habitats. And I don't know, I'm just very excited to see how, like, we're going to be able to conquer, like, just doing this entirely new theming. And I don't know, I was just very excited about it. Because I was looking at the old Patagonian Mara and guanaco habitats. I originally thought they were some of my best works on the island. But I was like, what happens if I just delete it? And it just felt good after I did that. I don't really know. It was just very fun to kind of, you know, start over, if that makes sense. So I was very excited to get all that done. And I don't know, I'm just very excited to see what this new little era of Hope Island Zoo kind of brings us. I feel like with the Welcome Center done and us starting this project over here, this is going to be really good for the entire series and the zoo itself. Keep in mind, this is like a living, breathing thing. If you guys check out the GitHub by Avi, I think it's avix.github.io, you should be able to find Hope Island Zoo on there. And you could see our entire species list right there. I'm actually scrolling down to it right now so I could look at it with you guys. But no, it's constantly changing, it's constantly moving, I'm trading species away, I'm getting new species in, and it's just a really rewarding thing to kind of focus on. And I really do like it because of that, because it feels like you're really bringing up your collection and stuff like that. So that's essentially how you guys can keep up to track on not only mine, but also my buddy zoos, like Nick and Ben, even checking out, like, you know, everyone else's zoos on the server, even the staff and the admins. It's very awesome just to peek in on what they have over there. But yeah, that's about that right there. We kind of finished out the exterior right there. And we're also moving on to the interior, which takes up kind of like a bulk of this video. I really wasn't feeling it at first. I really didn't know what it was lacking. And in fact, I do kind of stall and build outside and like around the habitat as a way to get around building for the interior itself. I did get some like general things down, stuff that I knew that I would want in there, like those beautiful concrete pillars. Very fun to make those, by the way. I never really dabbled with kind of like, you know, temple theming quite as rich as this. Last time I did that, it was probably around, I want to say that was back in Foxborough Zoo's Inca Trail. And by the way, Foxborough Zoo, oh my gosh, I should probably get back to that relatively soon. I had so much fun with that and it just kind of like slipped under the cracks. Maybe I can have a special episode out soon, but I'm not really sure. We'll see where the wind takes us. But making our way throughout here, I really just wanted to get them a little bit more deep water for them to actually deep dive in. I'm not sure if they actually do a deep dive in this build. I really hope they would, because it's really cool seeing them do that. But if they're not able to, it's no biggie. Yeah, I'm not really sharing the zoo with anyone, so it's totally fine. I'm just sharing it with all you guys. And I more so just share like the building progress and stuff like that. If you guys do want to check out like my beautiful artistic pictures, you guys can check out the Discord server as well. You just follow my channel, follow my press room, and you guys can check that all out right there. What I also want to do over here was do some custom rock work, and this actually helped me out so much later down the line. So we use this all throughout the rest of the tropical house, and it was just because I took the time to actually make this right here. It really did pay off in the end. So you can see what we're working with right here. I'm using the tiny faux rock pieces for like the first time because I haven't really used them too much before, but I'm so happy I'm using them now. My only main problem is their whole flexi color situation, which really sucks. But all that being considered, it is a really awesome tool to just use these tiny pieces and create this beautiful faux rock kind of like wall structure as a way to kind of like keep the water and the land kind of separated. And of course, since this is for giant otters, it will need to go under renovations once we actually do get those creatures, because it is currently designed for Asian small claws in mind right now, with the possibility to actually extend it later down the line. So keep in mind this habitat will go through some changes should I ever get giant otters. In case if you guys do want to support me in my quest to get giant otters, you just lend all your support on the ZSU server and let them know that you are donating to Leaf Productions to get his giant otters. I think that would be our newest little campaign that we do right there. What I also want to do over here was get some light in here. Being a tropical house, I really did want to integrate as much natural light and kind of like greenery as possible, so I'm making kind of like a little bit of a greenhouse effect going on over here. And what I really needed to do was get some light in, especially right over this habitat. And I also wanted to make sure I get the exterior kind of like, you know, settled in terms of screenshots for the exterior of the build, because I did want to share that to the ZSU community and kind of show off what we have done so far. But unfortunately, I don't actually end up showing any pictures because I'm not too confident in the actual design of the exterior just yet. I do kind of like this beautiful kind of like wood. I think that's like the rustic wood texture from the Jurassic prop pack. I really do like that texture. I really can't wait to build with it a little bit more. I think it more so fits the interior though than the exterior, but we'll actually see that when we do get there. I'm hoping to use some blueprints kind of like from maybe Haribo's, like Starbucks, and kind of use the exterior brick there. It'll kind of look like a Starbucks, but I think that's fine. We'll just integrate that into like coffee beans, talking about like Central America and how they integrate coffee into their builds. I don't really know. We can kind of play with that idea a little bit. But moving on throughout here, I'm kind of working on some beams and supports as well, just to have it feel like it's a little bit more supported. And kind of making our way throughout here and just adding as much as possible just to help the building feel like, you know, a little bit more cohesive. And I also did want to kind of block off which areas were going to be used and what wasn't going to be used. And that's exactly why I'm using the art shapes. I've never really done this before, and I'm kind of happy that I'm doing it right now because it does give you such a nice idea of where your habitats are going to go without actually having to build for them, which I think is extremely useful. And I don't know, it's just really, really awesome, and I can't wait to just keep on building like this. This is going to be so fun for like the jaguar habitat. We have some Cuvier's dwarf caiman in here. I think I want to do a spectacled caiman habitat, but currently I only have American alligator, so we will work with that in just a little bit. But making our way throughout here and just adding some more support beams, making sure that everything feels a little bit more concise, and kind of carrying on some of these themes in here, like these beautiful wooden planks. Again, the Jurassic prop pack. There we go. Really comes in clutch right there. And we're also using some beams to kind of support those two and kind of separate them, if that makes sense. A really awesome way just to, like, you know, sort of, you know, break up monotony of large kind of like, you know, repeating textures. And it's just a really great way to kind of divide your habitats and make them feel a little bit more realistic. And another trick I stole from my buddy Crocs over here is kind of lining these pools with you know, with metal or plastic or, you know, caulking or whatever you choose, just as a way to have it feel like it's a little bit more robust, like it's a little bit more holding back a ton of water. And it just looks so good in the end. It feels so clean, and it just looks so much better than just having the faux rocks there, because it really does help to line it up a little bit more, especially when you're working with glass kind of like this. When you do cut glass, it you're not really able to melt it in between faux rocks and stuff like that, and you would really want to have it be like as straight edged as possible, and integrating these little bumps in the way really does help to go a long way with you know, selling that realism bit a little bit more. And yeah, I just really love how clean it looks and how it contrasts with like, you know, the beautiful brownish kind of brick. And I don't know, it just looks so clean, guys. I'm so happy with that. It turned out so good. Big shout out to my buddy Crocs with that. He did such a great job, like, you know, doing that. He hasn't posted anything about it yet, but I have seen him working on it, and it looks so delicious. I love it. Kind of making our way throughout here as well, kind of like continuing on those themes a little bit more. And I did want to get one last panel right there too. And also covering up the rooftop over here, this would be staff access. So we will have some bird boxes up there as a way to kind of like allow our birds to free roam around the building and stuff like that. Currently, I only have American white ibis, which is a little bit, you know, it's not the best. I would love to get some scarlets in there, maybe some rosette spoonbills, but we'll just wait until the store or the auctions kind of bring something along those lines. Making our way throughout here, just continuing on the rest of that temple theming, because I did want to continue that inside as well. And we do kind of use the same jazz from before, and it looks so good. I don't really know, it just looks so nice, so clean. And I don't know, I really am so proud of how well this kind of like temple set kind of came out. I'm not sure if I'll do my own blueprint set on that, because I did kind of take some of these cues from like Haribo and stuff. I actually do have that beautiful modular wall right there. Maybe I could get that for you guys later down the line. But it just looks so nice, and I can't wait for you guys to actually see the finished product on here, because I'm very proud of it. And also, we mulched that up all the way up top. Just as a way to have it feel like it's a little bit more like a rainforest. I really wanted to get some plants over there as well, so you can kind of see me planting a little bit more stuff down here, especially that spiky mat head brush. Beautiful, beautiful way to integrate some more longer grass in there without having to actually put terrain and grass in there. Which, by the way, another huge complaint that I have is the fact that free build does not work right now, which makes interiors all the more painful. So we're kind of working through that pain right now, but you know what? It's fine. We have a smile on our face, and we're starting to work on some very beautiful habitats. Hopefully by the time I get back from vacation, it should be all updated. Knock on wood, of course. I'll even knock right there. Hopefully you guys heard it. But yeah, that's essentially that. But we did this all without free build, which I think is fantastic anyways. So we kind of have this right here, and we're kind of playing around with a little bit more extra theming. So I have a bamboo kind of shade right there, and I really just want to add a few more extra details. So we kind of add these like the arbor pieces, which looks really nice. And I really want some thatch too, but we get to that in a little bit. But also planting the top of that roof right there just to make sure that it feels nice. And I also did integrate some more moss and ivy in here, because I really haven't experienced, like, you know, building with those pieces in mind just yet. So I kind of make a mix of the both of them. It feels so nice. And there's our thatch little hutch right there. It looks so cool. And we also do a faux rock floor. I really want to integrate this kind of style of floor, especially something that's a little bit more red. That's something that you see in a lot of like tropical houses and stuff like that. It's that weird kind of red texture. But speaking of that, you guys get to check out all the B-roll right now, and I do want to thank you guys for stopping by. Hope you guys are enjoying all the updates for Boggy Bottom and ZSU. Hope you guys are excited for a little bit of a blueprint episode on Saturday, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next episode. Have a great one, and I can't wait to see you guys then. Bye-bye.